Hotline. Welcome to the Harold Washington Post 1987 Hotline TV show. Over to their fantastic commander, Bam.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Harold Washington American Legion Post 1987 Hotline. And the topics tonight is anything and everything. It's like, put it this way, what you call it, hobo stew, mulligan stew. Yeah, mulligan stew. Mulligan stew is a phrase that we use, and like we get together and the old mulligan stew is when everybody sit down and want something to eat. Well, you know, in order for you to eat, you have to contribute. So as we have our version of the mulligan stew, we want you all to help contribute to our cause and the call. You know, call in at 312. What's that?
312-738-1060.
Yes, and speak your mind and everything. We talking about anything and everything, and mainly as long as it's dealing with veterans.
You know, Commander, before we came on the show this a little while ago, we was having this discussion about something tragic that is going on in our country with the life expectancy has went down.
It's changing.
How is it that a society like ours can go through this transition Go ahead, caller.
Well, hey, how you doing? This is Senior Commander Newsom. How's everything?
All right.
Missing in action, huh?
What's going on, CC?
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Yes, I'm thinking about. So yes, how we doing? How we doing?
We looking good as usual. You know, we sitting up here having our little mulligan stew session. You know, having the callers to call in and give us some feedback about what's going on, what they think is going on, or asking questions and stuff.
Okay. All right, all well and good. What's the question?
I hope to see you Saturday at Chicago State.
Oh, okay. I got the district. All right, we'll be there.
Yeah.
At the call, I'll be there.
All right, that'll work. Hey.
All right. Yo.
We also lost a member of our post.
What our young 1987?
Yeah. We didn't know that till today when me and Nate went to this funeral home called the Post and asked us would we do presentation for this family, and not knowing who this family was until we got there, and Nate recognized who the person was.
Okay.
He was the guy that came to our picnic, Harvey Williams Jr. Him and his son, they rode the bike.
Uh-huh.
And he stayed right there on 64th and Stony Island.
Okay.
Yeah, so we gave his family a flag and stuff, so we did our little presentation and stuff. But it was a shocking experience to find out that he was a member. And no one told us about it until AR Link called.
Well, I be.
But you know, like they say, if you want Harold, you got Harold.
That's right. That's all you had to do. Cause we there. We just like the old Harold.
Yeah.
We on the long term.
Okay.
Okay.
So
yes,
you take care, VC.
All right then. Well, have a nice thing. We on what you on radio, right?
TV.
We're on TV.
On TV. Okay.
Can TV.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And thanks for calling in.
Oh.
And as we was pointing out, this whole issue of heart attacks is number one.
Suicide.
Number two is drugs. Oh, we're ODing on drugs. And number three is what you just stated, suicide. Brothers and sisters out there, and we're talking about not only the veterans, but all of our human family. We don't supposed to be going backwards, Commander.
No,
We're supposed to be a civilized society. And in a civilized society,
we're supposed to know better, but
you're supposed to know better.
But we don't. And see, here's what you, and when you about a civilized society, the way things going now is so far-fetched, questionable. Yes. Because, you know, we got the question about our leaders that we put into these offices now.
Yes.
And just like in Mississippi.
Oh my gracious.
You know, that's defacing the nation. And as I was saying this morning on my talk show, that, you know, Jim Crow laughing. Because how could somebody running for senator make those racial remarks about that they'll come to hanging anytime?
And the people still vote for her.
Yes, but see that idea, you know, and then look who went down there for her rescue.
45.
Okay. And that's, you know, it's just a lot of, we were talking about this morning, it's a lot of racial tension that's going on now, especially since 45 is alive, you know. Don't get me wrong, FBI and stuff like that. I'm just talking about, you know, by him being the president and stuff like that.
He's a nationalist.
You know, yes, he said it.
Yes, out of his own mouth.
He said it though, you know. But see, then again, how could somebody be elected into office with racial baritones such as that?
It's sort of like the Union didn't lose the Civil War, the Confederacy. They lost the Civil War. And yet, it seemed like they're trying to make a comeback. When you have a candidate that can say literally out of her mouth that she wouldn't mind having a front row seat at a hanging. And who's lynching? Black people? That ain't right.
Well, not really no one, you know, because even that's why they trying to ban capital punishment, because see, of the deterioration of the body, the chemicals that's going up in that. But see, the idea, you know, a while back, capital crime changed so much, so now they figure that they could go do anything, everything they want to, except in certain states.
Right.
You know, certain states still carry the death penalty for capital crime. But see, now, they holler about we broke. But yeah, we got people, thousands, tens of thousands of people now on death row. But see, we got to feed and shelter them.
Right.
While they still, you know, haven't missed the mark, while they still in prison.
Right.
They raising more hell in prison than they was out in the streets. You still got drug problems up in there. You still got the gangs and stuff up in there. You know, it's a joke.
So much for a civilized society, what you're saying, Commander. And as veterans, we all put our lives on the line to defend this thing we call a democracy.
Yes.
And even under democracy, it may not be right, but you still have the right to use drugs. You still have the right to even take your own life if that's what you want to do.
And the sad thing about it, to bear arms.
Yes.
And then another thing about bearing arms, they tell you now, if you criminally insane, you're not supposed to bear in the arms. But how can this be when you find the insane ones have a multitude of rifles, automatic weapons and stuff like that? How?
Because we have to begin to understand that there are people in the majority community who love the Second Amendment more than they love their own children. And that's a sad commentary. And then on the flip side of the script is, what was the true essence of the Second Amendment? I thought the true essence of the Second Amendment was for the militia to have weapons. And not us.
In certain households, I can understand it because you have to protect your family and stuff. But it's got too far-fetched now. Because, see, what was once in the house, they're bringing it outside the house. You know, and, you know, like when I coming up, the only one that probably would have had guns or something was either your parents or my grandparents or something like that.
And that was for hunting?
But that was for hunting and stuff. It wasn't for shooting people.
Right.
You know, because very rarely you heard about anybody getting shot. Maybe cut or something like that. But see, that's even coming up, you know, like
Are you talking about 40, 50 years ago? This didn't exist to the degree that it is now. And since we're living in a modern age of media, radio, cable, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter,
cameras on your cell phone.
Yes. We have more access to what's going on in the world today than we did 40 or 50 years ago.
We already ready to exploit it. We trying to be the new crew members of channel ABC, CBS, NBC, and all of that. Anything that go on, what we do, grab the camera, you know, phone camera, and recording it. You know, as like one day the police said, you know, put down those cameras and those phones and call them when you see something. You know, you're going to sit up there and post on Facebook, somebody, a gang of people jumping on this one person.
Yeah.
You know, because I remember one time, Veterans Day, we were getting ready to go out. It was a few of us going out for, you know, to get our East on. And so it happened, we were waiting on a veteran to come downstairs. So we sitting down there in my car talking, and all of a sudden, here come, it's like a flash mob. All of a sudden, we seeing about 5 people come from different directions. And all of a sudden, you know, a dude fired on this girl, so we thought it was just a girlfriend-boyfriend thing. And then next thing you know, everybody started jumping on him. So, you know, it's just 3 of us. So, you know, next thing you know, before we get ready to jump out the car, tell them, hey, what you all doing and stuff, next thing you know, about 20 people out there. And so, you know, we had to back down because, see, they had sticks and bats and stuff. So, you know, I get on the phone, and, you know, we stayed our distance. So, you know, I'm calling the police and everything. And police questioning me about where this supposed to be located, how many people do you know them and all like that. Oh, come on, man. Could you please send the police? It's a mob jumping on this girl and everything. Man, look here. It took about 20 minutes for one squad car to come.
Wow.
And then they got pissed off because the crowd took the girl's body and dragging it down the street. Police said you're supposed to report it when it was hit. If you would have got here a little earlier, you would have seen all of it. You know, but, you know, that's another thing about society. Society, you know, is going wild.
In CBO meetings, one of the committees is Veterans Against Crime. To the veterans out there, and even to the civilian community, how is it that a woman can't walk down the street and not get accosted, knocked to the ground, purse taken, and stumped? And then we had a man to killed his wife, pregnant wife, 2 children, and then we had a brother to kill his brother and his entire family because their business deal has gone sour.
Yes.
And he burned up his brother's house and his house.
Yeah.
Commander, is this the democracy that we put our lives on the line for? For people to be able to act like animals?
No, I would have to say no. But see, you know, it's not a joke, but kind of make you realize, is there something in this water? I mean, no, because see, the idea is,
it's sad.
You know, it's very sad because see, it's just like we're going backwards.
We are.
It's nothing but, you know, it's everything is
turmoil.
Like savages.
Yes.
And it shouldn't be, you know, because see, if that's the case, from the 1950s, and it was segregation back then, but look how peaceful certain things was. 50s and early 60s into the late 60s and mid 70s. But now look at things now.
It makes no sense.
No.
And to you women out there, I know women have to go to work, school, and running to exercise. But if you're going to do this stuff, and you're going to get off of work late in the evenings, there ought to be somebody you can call and let them know what time you're going to get off, especially if you're catching the bus and the train to get home. Your safety is very important to us as veterans. And if you're out there jogging, have some friends.
Take a friend.
Right, take a friend.
At least if something should happen, God's busy, but
Yes.
if something should happen, 2 people could identify at least one person out the crowd.
We just want y'all to be safe.
That's all. You know,
And then what happened in Evanston last night?
no, that
3 men break into an 80-year-old woman's house and ransacked her house. Get a job. Go get a job. Even if you got to work at McDonald's.
No, that's too good. That's too good. That's just like, you know, coming up. I hear some of my friends, oh, I can't work in public. I can't work for the public. I can't flip no burgers. Look at the society now. Look who working at McDonald's. Look who working at Walgreens. You know, you got to look at the trend. Adults and senior citizens.
Yeah.
Some people, you know, that should be at home. You know.
Willie Wilson became a millionaire flipping burgers.
Yeah, but the idea, you know, what you not gonna do? I'm not gonna flip no burgers. I'm not gonna work in no public place for nobody. But yet you broke. But yet you got a friend that working at these places.
Yes.
But yet you always wait for them to get paid.
Or you want to go stick somebody up.
Yeah.
Or break in somebody's house.
And then
what's with all these carjackings?
The silliest part about carjacking. I don't mean to laugh about this, but 2 guys stole this yellow, beautiful Lamborghini. Now you gonna steal something like that, and you gonna riding around, then gonna stop at a bar to show out. Yeah, and the police just was checking license plate.
Oh,
when you
God.
have a car like that, you know that is the sensors on there gonna let them know where their car located
Yes.
at. You know, the police went up there and found the car outside this lounge. They went inside the lounge. And they asked who car was there.
What they say?
They found out the two dudes, you know, because see the idea, they went in there bragging.
Yes. And knowing that's how people get caught.
Yeah.
They brag about what they did.
Look at my car out there. Now wait a minute.
You don't have no job.
You was on the bus just a few minutes ago. Now you got a Lamborghini. Come on, man.
Oh God. You know, we got 4 more weeks to do this show.
Come on, man.
You know, we want to thank you folks for letting us come into your homes.
And we appreciate it.
And we appreciate it. And we got 4 more weeks where you can call in and participate with the show because, as we always said, this is your show. We're just here to facilitate. And we want to thank our good friend Jack, our technician, and the First Lady who helps us out. Because without them, we wouldn't have a show.
I hate to say yes, we would, but we would get no phone calls. Let's keep it real. Caller, come in. Caller, you can't come in. Nobody answering the phones. Okay. Next. Yeah, now she talking about put it on the teletraffic.
What about the farm that the Harold Washington Post have?
It's right now, as they say, they're putting it to bed.
Okay.
You know, for right now. The only thing still growing in there is the winter collard greens. And I picked some of that up for Thanksgiving. Man, look here. It was going on.
All right now.
And it was like my...
Was it laced with marijuana?
No, you know, can't do that. Can't do that. I know somebody like that. And they talk about turnips. No, we can't do that, nothing like that.
They just found some gummy bears with marijuana.
Yeah.
Did you hear it? Gummy bears.
A 12-year-old took him to school and that thing.
Even the gummy bears getting involved with marijuana.
You know, somebody help these kids. You know, gummy bears being charged up now.
I tell you what, this.
But we love for you all to keep us in your prayers.
Oh yes.
And call in sometimes, because see we are here for you. Just as Travis said, we're here. We're your servants.
Yes.
We're here to let you know about certain events about the veterans and stuff like that. Now, all next week, we'll be starting going to nursing homes, giving them some Christmas presents. So if yours on the list, be aware, we'll be there.
You heard Alderman Burke.
Again. Like you said, they didn't
Again.
find nothing last time. What they gonna find this time?
Right.
But he said
Now, if they really looking, they can find something.
Yeah. I'm gonna call them up and ask them did one by my old used Riverview ticket. It's in good condition. For real. 1968.
Wow.
The last Saturday that Riverview was getting ready to close.
Oh God. I remember the Comet, the Bob.
The Fireball.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day, that every Saturday night before they closed, it reminded me of...
Belmont and Western.
Yeah, but they used to have a little mini parade and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and that would remind me of Disney World and stuff like that, you know. But that was our Disney World, stuff like that.
Well, Commander, when you're having fun, time flies. Once
As
again, we
always.
shout out to Jack and the First Lady, our technician. Great job as always. And folks, until next time, remember, we're the Harold Washington Post 1987 Hotline TV show.
Hotline.
Dorothy and Dolores, shout out to you.